everyone, Josh here with X's Network, bringing out another Outer Plane video, and boy, oh boy, are they really trying to tease us hard here before global launch in a few days. Because we are 3 days out right now, currently. A little bit less than that, actually, at this point, for global launch of Outer Plane. And with that, a lot of us have been speculating that they've been holding off on releasing Rin until global launch to kind of be like that big global launch banner. Now, there was no confirmation or anything really to kind of go on, except for just pure speculation from the fact that some of us have already used Rin, within CBT. So she has been a readily available character in the past. She has not been available so far yet in the SEA version, but with the fact that they did not drop a banner this past week in SEA because they're probably waiting to sync up with global, and they did not add Rin in the previous banners either because it was Lapis and then it was Noah, two characters already available in the game anyways. It just led us all to believe that Rin will probably indeed come with global. And now, as of yesterday, they dropped a teaser here, essentially a showcase for Rin on their official channels, on their official YouTube channel and their Twitter. So now it's pretty much all but confirmed at this point, ladies and gentlemen, that Rin will be coming, maybe not exactly at the global launch itself, but very soon after. But I'm still on the side of it's probably going to be at global launch. So here in a few days, we should be seeing Rin as that first banner, which would make a lot of sense because she's a very powerful hero. She has an amazing skill set, and she's the only hero, in my opinion, that can rival the DPS usability and overall content as a Noah, who, is already one of those top tier units in the entire game and the best DPS at the moment that we can get our hands on. So to have a unit that can even rival Noah and be also a different element is fantastic, and this kind of changes the game a little bit of what our reroll targets might be. We're going to go over what Rin's skill set is because you can kind of more or less see what her skill set is available on 4-5 hard of the game. So we will jump into the game here in a moment, but let's go ahead and check out the little showcase here first. Now, I do have the audio turned down for copyright reasons, obviously. If you want to check out the full video with all of its audio, I will have it in the link in the description below, so definitely go check that out. So let's go ahead and just click this and watch the little showcase here. So we have our girl Rin. She's a striker. She's probably going to be an attacker subclass, obviously, just like Noah, no doubt about it, in my opinion. Okay, very cool looking character as well. I like the voice actor that they chose for her too. The voice actor, obviously you can't hear it in our video here, but the voice acting is actually pretty solid here. I do like it, and I love those animations. Her animations are really nice. She does not mess around. She does not play games, man. Slayer of the Spirits. Okay, so as I said, it's just a little showcase. They didn't really show too much. It's more or less a teaser, if anything. On 4-5 hard, Herald of the Soul Slayer, because she is a Soul Slayer. She is Slayer of the of the Wild Spirits. And yeah, it's been confirmed right there. She is an attacker class. Okay, so that already takes care of any of that speculation. So she is going to be a striker, subclass, attacker. She is a blue element, so she's water, which again is going to be very nice because obviously our other reroll targets are going to be Valentine, who is fire. She's red. And then we also have earth, green for Noah. So we're going to be, running into a bit of a rainbow team early on, which is perfect for when you're trying to farm up your stones. You don't have to kind of double up on any of them too much outside of, like, I guess if you want to build up a Tio or a Dolly, those will require you to grab more fire and earth stones. But outside of that, we're looking pretty good for a beginning rainbow team that's going to carry you extremely far in the game. Now let's get into the skills here. So skill 1, we have attacks an enemy and increases the caster's priority by 20%. That is huge. Now that is a single target skill. The next 2 abilities will be AoE, except the second skill will be one that you can kind of spam, and you're going to see why. So 4 turn cooldown, attacks all enemies. This attack always deals advantage damage. Now what that means is no matter what her element is and the enemy's element, she's always going to get that additional 20% bonus damage because she's always going to be hitting for the superior element, which is insane. So if she's fighting a green unit, it's not going to matter because her damage is going to be treated as fire hero damage, as a fire element. So that's insane. If she's fighting a dark hero, it's going to be treated as light damage. If she's fighting a light hero, it's going to be treated as dark damage. So you get the idea. She's always going to have the advantage on the element with this skill, which is absolutely insane. So you can just always add 20% additional damage to the skill always. And then resets cooldown if there is a buff. If you are running her with Valentine, she will always have a buff because when you max out your Valentine skill 2, you will pretty much always have an infinite uptime of her crit rate up and her crit damage up for your team. So what's that mean for Rin? You can just sit there and just spam her Shura Slash over and over and over and over again for infinite amount of times, which is absolute insanity. So you're getting that free additional damage. You're getting basically a 0 cooldown skill 2. That's AoE. She's a striker class, so she's going to have high base stats, which don't pay any mind to these stats here because these are her boss stats. So leave these stats alone. Now the skills themselves are also her boss skills, if you will, but they still line up with what her skills were in CBT as well. So I'm pretty sure these are just going to be her skill set. Now, if her skill set gets changed in any way on global launch, or whenever they decide to release her in global, I will do an update video and discuss her further to see if her changes hurt her or made her even better or just kind of left her as she was. So if there are any changes, I will have that updated, so keep that in mind. Now her ultimate increases critical hit chance for 2 turns and attacks all enemies. We're not going to really need this skill all that often. Again, we're going to be mostly just spamming her skill 2. You can also utilize her skill 1 if you want to get more turns, depending on what you're trying to do. That might be a little bit more beneficial perhaps maybe in boss fights when it's just a single target. But again, that skill 2 being able to be spammed with the advantage damage always is insanity. Now her chain ability, it doesn't show her full chain ability here on this boss, and that's probably just because the boss can't actually use a chain skill against you, if that makes sense. So they're not showing the full skill here, but she essentially lowers the cooldown of all your hero skills by 1 turn, I believe it was. And she can recover 5 weakness gauge when scoring a critical hit when the skill is maxed out. I believe it starts at 1 and goes up to 5 when you level a skill from 1 to 5, obviously. So she's essentially helping lower all the cooldowns of all your units, and she's giving you an additional 5 weakness gauge. And if you don't know how many weakness gauge you can get at max currently in a normal situation, it's 20 because it's 5 per hero. If the skill is maxed out, there's 4 heroes, that's 20. So you add in her additional 5, that makes 25 weakness gauge that you can reduce just right there. That is massive when you're using a chain ability. So her skill set is incredible. She's going to be able to spam AoE damage for advantage damage all the time. She's going to be able to do additional weakness gauge on the chain skill, which is going to help you break heroes much faster, more efficiently. She can also raise her priority on her skill 1 if you want to set up any kind of like speed manipulation there, turn manipulation, if you will. And her ultimate, much like Noah, you're not going to need it as much because of a unit like Valentine exists to kind of help bolster those units up. So again, that's going to be a very strong trio right there with Noah, Rin, and of course Valentine, and all 3 being different elements is also incredible when it comes to farming up your stones early game to build those units up and limit break them. So these are all good things happening here. Rin, if she indeed is going to be on the global launch release banner, she will definitely be a part of that reroll that you want to go for. It'll probably go from just rerolling for Valentine, grabbing Noah from the dash, to now rerolling for Valentine plus Rin and getting Noah from the dash. And now you have an amazing start. Matter of fact, the best start you could possibly get, in my opinion. So there you guys and gals go. Let me know what y'all think about Rin. Are you excited for the Slayer of the Wild Spirits, Rin? Let me know all that and more in the comment section below. Are you excited for her to potentially be here on the global release day here in about 2.5-3 days time from now? Very exciting stuff. Rin is a cool looking character. I'm happy that she's seemingly coming to the game now very, very soon. We could pull for her potentially. All good things to consider and more going forward for OUTERPLANE. So let me know again in the comment section below. Look forward to reading all those as much as I can. Until next time, don't forget to subscribe, tick notifications, join us in the Discord in the description below as always, and of course follow us on Twitter at X's Network. And don't forget to check out our OUTERPLANE master sheet in the description below, where we have a lot of useful information, including our up-to-date tier list. And I'll catch y'all in the next one. Until then, peace.